In this video, we are going to see how the module for viewing the customer transfers is working in the test server. So the way it works is if we come here to the inventory module, under ABC Do It Best warehouse, we have created a new operation type, which is called customer transfers, and another one for the returns for these customer transfers, right? So here under customer transfers, we will see which operations are created for transferring items from the general warehouse to the showroom. So coming here, we see all these transfers that have been created. And if we come into any of these transfers, we will see that there is an additional status of these inventory transfers. We have draft, waiting, ready, done, and the new status is waiting for customer. Um, these orders are the ones that will be displayed on the TV, showing this information. This will be um, on site, and it will be updated every minute. So you can see here all the orders and the current status. Right now we have these 5 orders that are in waiting for customer status. This is an option that we can configure if we come here to the backend, and here under the settings module, we come to the inventory option, and here we have this section here that says screen customer pickings, and in here we can select which operation type will be used for these operations that will be displayed on the screen. In this case, we have selected ABC Do It Best, which is the warehouse, and customer transfers. Of course, we can select any, but for the purpose of viewing these transfers on the screen, we need to select customer transfers. This one, right? Which was previously selected. And here, time to move pickings is the time it will take for the system to wait until moving the transfer to waiting for customer status. It is configurable here. It can be 1 hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it is, meaning that if the customer doesn't pick up the item before this time, the transfer will be changed to the status of waiting for customer, and that is the status that we see right here uh, in this column, right? So let's do an example. Let's go back to the backend, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate any of these orders, right? So I am going to duplicate this one, or better, I can cancel this one. I am going to return one of these examples that is done. Let me check. So the item that we are moving here is a 50-inch TV, and I am going to return this to have the inventory available at the source location. So I'm returning it, mm, returning 1. Okay, it's done. So now I can duplicate. Hold on. Yeah, all right. This one's finished. Right, this one. I can duplicate this order to create another order requesting to move items from the general warehouse in the second floor to the showroom at the first floor. The first thing that we need to point out here is that the contact has to be the customer name. So at this point, one of the floor staff needs to open this transfer and create the transfer for the customer once the customer confirms that he is purchasing the item. So once the customer confirms that he wants to purchase one of these items, the floor staff has to create this transfer, making sure that the name of the customer is selected here. Once that is done, the transaction will be done from the general warehouse to the showroom. And here we can add the product, which is the 50-inch TV. And we select one as quantity. It says red, probably because we don't have enough inventory. And save it, right? Once we save this transaction, it is in status ready. And here on the screen, it will show up as, like I said, it refreshes every minute. So after a minute, it will come up here and now you can see it. It's ready and the timer starts counting, right? Um, and this is how it's done. And the screen will continue switching from the orders that are ready to the orders that are waiting for customer. It will continue switching every minute and you will see this, right? If we complete the transfer, we just come here and validate this transfer. And once it's validated, it will no longer come up here because it's done. So it will be removed from this queue after a minute. Of course, we need to wait for the next refresh of the screen, and this is how it works. So the floor staff needs to create the transfer. Once the transfer is at the first floor, the person receiving the items down the elevator is the one confirming, and once it is confirmed, it means the transaction is complete. Or if it's cancelled, then nothing will happen and no one will need to create returns or anything like that because the transaction is cancelled. And this is what we will see on the TV screen. This is the whole process. Please let me know if you have any questions.